Statutes on Lexis Advanced for the Environmental Legal Research course at Boston College Law School. If you have the citation to a statute, the quickest way to get there is to type or paste the citation into the search bar. This is 42 U.S.C. section 9601, the first section of CERCLA, the Comprehensive Environmental Response Compensation and Liability Act. Just below the currency statement, there is an outline of the U.S. Code that links to the larger units of the U.S. Code, the subchapter, chapter, and title that this section is part of. On the left is a table of contents link. This allows you to see the text of this statute as well as the headings of the surrounding code sections, which lets you see which other code sections you need to read to understand the law you are researching. The Go To pull-down menu helps you navigate quickly to other parts of this document. For example, if we select History, we jump down to the references to the public laws that enacted and amended this code section. Another important go-to is Notes to Decisions. This section begins with an outline of the topics covered in these notes. Click on an arrow down to move to the actual notes that editors chose to lead you to relevant interpretive cases. Shepherdizing a statute will take you to a list of every case that has ever cited this statute. You can narrow your results by analysis, court, or date, and can run a full-text search of all citing decisions. Default display order is highest court to lowest, but you can also sort the results chronologically or by analysis. A particularly useful feature of Shepard's is the link that allows the researcher to restrict results to subsection reports by specific court citation. Shepard's identifies all decisions and other citing references that have cited to a statute by a particular subsection. This feature is unique to Shepard's on Lexis. For example, we can see here that of the 7,156 cases that have cited 42 U.S.C. 9601, only one was citing specifically to subsection A25. Shepard's for Statutes also provides links to pending legislation that proposes to amend, repeal, or enact changes to the code section you're reviewing. Other citing sources provides references to other documents in the Lexis database that contain citations to this code section. State codes on Lexis have the same editorial features as the U.S. Code on Lexis. You can select Content Type Statutory Codes and then select your jurisdiction, or first select jurisdiction, California in this case, and then select Deering's California Codes Annotated. Running a search for monarch butterflies in Deering's California Codes, we find 28 sections of the code that mention monarch butterflies in either the language of the code or the notes of decisions interpreting a code section. Had we wanted to restrict our search to those code sections that contained our search terms in the text of the statute itself, we could use the advanced search screen. Searching for our terms in the unannotated field gets us the 7 sections of the codes that contain the term monarch butterfly in the law itself. When searching for statutes, you can narrow by content type or you can narrow by practice area or industry. On the Environmental Law Practice Area page is a link to the Environmental Practice Center. Some environmental practitioners set this as their Lexis Start page to get quick access to a variety of Lexis resources on environmental law, including state and federal environmental statutes.